And a good day, ladies and gentlemen, from Theme Park Tempo, back at it again today, heading into Silver Dollar City, but I want to show you how we get there normally from the parking lot. You could walk about the half mile, but it's all uphill. I'm going to take you on the train with us and get into the park. So anyways, guys, it's the first time to the channel, feel free to like and subscribe down below. Welcome to Theme Park Tempo. Welcome to Silver Dollar City.
Wake up every day, theme parks on my mind. Ride the big coasters, leave the world behind. Theme Park Tempo, loving every ride. Theme Park Tempo, feel the thrill inside. Theme Park Tempo, stream it every night. Theme Park Tempo, stop me, ride the light.
So there are a total of five parking lots here at Silver Dollar City. I normally park in 2. Parking lot 1's preferred, so I don't pay for that. 3's all the way down. I've only had to use it a few times on more crowded days, but generally speaking, if you come in mid-afternoon, you can find a spot here at 2 Oak. That's 4 all the way down there past 3, and then hidden behind those hills is 5. They're only using 3 of them today, so it's not got too long of a tram ride whatsoever. So I was waiting for them to unload. 3's passengers will come up and get us. And that is Wildfire out in the distance, the B&M floorless coaster here. And right next to that is an oil rig, and that is being built, or it's built now, but it's brand new, and it's going to be part of this new attraction. From what we can tell, it's some kind of coaster footing down. And there's a building being built, so I wonder if it's going to be part dark ride, part coaster. It definitely looks awesome. It definitely looks exciting. The actual official announcement comes August 14th from the park, so we will know very, very soon what that is all about. And our chariot awaits us. Now on more crowded days, you can see there's a bus too that also doubles for the tram service. The tram's a lot more comfortable, but the bus is air conditioning though, so take your pick with what you want. Here we go, guys, on the train. Thunderation is in operation. Not Thunderation, Powder Keg is in operation. If you watched my last video here, you know my grievances I had on that really awful day I had here. So I'm gonna make that a priority today and go over to Powder Keg and see if I can snag a ride on there, because it's been more than a month. Because the last 2 times I've came, it's been going down. They're taking a train off, they're adding a train on, there's a maintenance issue, it's going down for weather. It's a very tricky coaster, and I fathom why the park doesn't work on it better and more than they should, unless they are trying and it's that problematic of a coaster. That's just what we're getting, so who the heck knows. But you're gonna make Powder Keg a priority today. As the tram takes us up to the parking lot here, brings you right to the gate. Now you can walk it, but it takes about 10 minutes from where I am, and it's all uphill. Going back downhill is a little easier.
Once the park, we get the park price.
No, it's $80 you want to park here, so save yourself the money. Take a tram or walk.
Back of the tram, it's the quickest way to get into the park, folks. So just stay seated till you hear all the shore for Silver Dollar City.
And these are the backup transports they have. They don't always use them. They just stick them to the side when they're not in use. And as we pull up to America's #1 theme park, Silver Dollar City.
Stay behind that white line to the park. Once we clear the loading area, we'll go all aboard for stops 2 and 3. It'll be 4 adults per row. No little ones on the outside open edge. Nobody over the age of 8 sits on a lap. We're a non-vaping, non-smoking ride. Folks, everybody stay behind that white line until I give you the all aboard call, please.
And just like that, we are at the front gate here. It seems to be a relatively decently crowded day. It is a Friday upon my arrival, and I normally do come during the week, but we'll see what it is when we get inside and how everything's rocking and rolling, folks. And we've officially arrived in the city, and I did just feel a raindrop. So in the slightest little bit of rain, Powder Keg does go down. Hopefully it's not crazy by the time I get over there. I hope not. Ugh. Yes. Rained pretty heavy yesterday too. Dang it. I'm gonna get over there and be disappointed, I know, but I'm gonna try at least. You might recognize that tune from somewhere. That showman's normally over at the piano theater we saw last time here, but this gentleman's from England, I know that. Maybe there's tracks with him. Alright, with the rain coming, and it's starting to come a little harder now, I'm not going to chance Powder Keg as much as I want to get over there. I think I'm going to make an educated, professional theme park opinion and start my day at Time Traveler, because at least I got a ride on that. And then I could always do Fire in the Hole, if it does rain, and other indoor stuff here as well. But we're gonna head over now and do Time Traveler instead. Alrighty guys, here we are at the Mack Ride spinning multi-launch coaster known as Time Traveler. Now there's only 2 of these in the world, although one is coming to New Jersey, and it's gonna be definitely the tallest, fastest. More on Bakuwana at another time. For now, we got Time Traveler in front of us, and as always, we are amongst the elite using the Trailblazer line. Now, I have never been on Ride to Happiness. My buddy Corbin has, and he prefers that better. I would love one day to get over there and check that out. But as far as the states go, this is it until Bakuwana is built in New Jersey. Which would be the world's tallest, fastest, and most intense spinning coaster of all time, for sure. Alright, here we go, guys. Ah, it smells like Disney in here. I love it. Not sure how crazy the queue is up front, but it's always good to use a Trailblazer. Generally speaking, Time Traveler is a crazy wait for like 3 hours a day, and then it calms down once everybody's gotten a ride on it. I know we're still in a queue, and very much a Time Traveler queue as well. Hopefully they take us first, as we should, because we are priority compared to the regular population. And props to the team member here. They did board all the Trailblazer into one train, which I definitely appreciate. We are Trailblazers for a reason as we head on up to the station on Time Traveler, the Mack Ride spinning multi-launch coaster. And I really do love the station work here. All the gears up top spinning. Wonderful trains. Here we go, guys. Time Traveler. And just had a second to back row ride there on Time Traveler. And I still gotta stand by my original stance on that the back row is absolutely where it's at on that roller coaster. I got a nice whip into the drop, but nothing like the back row does. That extra row really does add a little bit of oomph into the ride. But yeah, always a great time here on Time Traveler. Nonetheless, heck yeah. All right, the rain seemed to be just a sprinkle or two, so I'm gonna head over now to Powder Keg and see if we could rock and roll that. So I have unfinished business on Powder Keg. Let's do the dang thing. As we pass under the Silver Dollar City Frisco Scenic Railway line, which runs right above this tunnel here. Hopefully we get good news coming up the Powder Keg. Here we go, guys. Fingers crossed. Yes, and that's launch coaster known as Powder Keg here. Tucked away in the corner here in the back. So we head up to hopefully, and I hear it operating, so that's a good sign. All right, here we go, guys. All right, here we go, guys. Powder Keg. It's a bit of a queue, actually, so Trailblazer is coming in handy for sure here. Let's hope we can beat whatever rain is coming. I think that's our biggest foe right now. And they are on a 2-train operation here, which is promising too. So hopefully we get a ride. Powder Keg, guys. So not too shabby, just waiting a full train dispatch before they board us, which I'll give them props for. Yes, heck yeah, here on Powder Keg. As the other train arrives at the station, it makes such a difference when you have 2 trains on. This ride could honestly run with 3 trains, hold one in the blocks there until the other one gets dispatched into the switch tracks, but I'll take it. At least 2 trains is better than 1, and 1 train is better than none. And there we had it, guys, a back row ride finally after 4 attempts and 4 different visits on Powder Keg. And yeah, I love that snappy first launch right out into 2 airtime hill moments. Great turns and twists throughout, and then the final drop is the chef's kiss. And I do really appreciate the fact that they took a whole entire train of Trailblazers, because the Trailblazer line was queuing up too, pretty heavy. And they just literally took a whole train of Trailblazers, which sometimes is what you got to do in order to control said queue. Now, other people argue if you don't have a Trailblazer in the park and everybody just waits online, it would make everything a lot quicker, which is true, but I don't like lines. So I'm gonna be a Trailblazer here, as long as it's an option at Silver Dollar City. Now, I did luck out pretty well. While on the ride, I felt a few raindrops, and this is the first to go down in the rain. It doesn't even matter. On most coasters, it's just lightning and thunder, and generally speaking, they will operate in some kind of light storm. Some kind of light rain shower. But if there's lightning in the area, 86, Powder Keg, even if it's just a drizzle, apparently it has something to do with messing up the transfer tracks, and that is what eventually is why they nix it during the rain, because it won't line up correctly and then you're not getting launched out, which nobody wants that for sure. But I'm just excited and finally happy I got a ride here on Powder Keg. Now, with inclement weather leering in the distance and just some few light raindrops, I'm going to be heading over to Outlaw Run just to snag a ride, just in case I can't do that later. Now, it did storm really bad here yesterday. I work at a bar undisclosed, because I don't need people finding me. No offense, but you get some crazy stalkers online. But needless to say, I work at a bar, and the building was actually struck by lightning during the rainstorm yesterday, and it was the loudest explosion I've ever heard in my life. So, yeah, it was pretty scary and crazy to think, and I get why, if a coaster was struck by lightning, why you don't want to be anywhere on that roller coaster for sure. Because just striking the building was a loud bang. Imagine if it hits a wooden structure and it starts a fire, and then you're next to dispatch and you're whooped. Oh, a 20-minute queue for Outlaw. That's interesting. Well, not for us, for them. I do love Outlaw Run. It's not the longest RMC, but it is one of my favorites just because of the sheer elements of it. And one of those elements are how they slow you down as opposed to brakes. I mean, obviously there's block brakes here at the end, but it's 2 consecutive barrel rolls slightly uphill at an askew angle, which really slows it down and gives you some incredible moments of hang time, especially the second barrel roll here. And it seems to be just a one-train operation, which could be why it's a 20-minute queue. Here we go, guys, Outlaw Run. They are on a one-train operation, and they had to wait 2 train cycles because when they let you in for the Trailblazer, you just got to pick a row, and I was actually a little backed up, and there was a decent wait. I waited about 7 minutes altogether, so 7 minutes for an RMC is not bad on any day of the week. Here you go, guys. Outlaw Run next to dispatch. Got a back row ride. Coaster here, don't care. Had a crazy back row ride there in Outlaw Run, and honestly, that's still chef's kiss in the park to me. I do think I put it slightly above Time Traveler, but that first drop in the inversions and the airtime, the ejector airtime throughout are absolutely incredible. Chef's kiss, 110% here. Outlaw Run. I'll never have anything bad to talk about this coaster. You guys know about how I feel about it anyway. But heck yeah, guys. One of these days, I'll got a Mystic River Falls here. My mother's visiting in a week and a half or so maybe I'll have her hold all my stuff so it doesn't get crazy wet and bring a pair of clothes with me so I could get on and get off and change and not be soaking wet throughout the park day. That's one reason I only go on the water rides, is because, especially on a rapids ride, you get soaked and then your socks are wet and everything else is just, it stays damp, at least for like 3 hours, which is never fun. If you fancy yourself in this section of the park, try the world famous cinnamon bread here. It is delicious. I recommend the original. The toppings I'm sure are great, but you just can't beat the original good old cinnamon bread. Gonna head to the fire district, and if you've been watching these videos following my time here at Silver Dollar City, you know there's something happening in the fire district that I gotta take care of. My beloved dark ride / roller coaster. The other RMC in the park known as Fire in a Hole. Now, it's not a traditional RMC by any means. Don't get on this and thinking you're getting thrilled. RMC just manufactured the track and the trains for the track. There's 2 little drops throughout the whole ride. No RMC elements, but it's still a great dark ride / little tiny coaster. Now you can see Lucky, the Dalmatian mascot over at the fire district, is out meeting and greeting. Very cool. And the bold numbers in Fire in a Hole, they do have a name to them. I just forget their names. So we're gonna try. I think one's Ned. I think the other ones are. Alright, guys, at the entrance to Fire in a Hole. Now, sadly, the fire isn't burning, which adds such an emphasis to the queue here, especially when you're first greeted by it. I just wish they would really fix that. It's been down for the last few weeks. You guys, again, amongst the elite. I knew it. Doesn't seem that crazy of a queue, but yeah, Ruben, Wayne, and Orville, not Ned. I don't want your Ned in there. Maybe it was part of the ride I heard Ned. Hey guys, here we go. Fire in a Hole.
The ball knobbers have set the whole town ablaze. Go!
I'm gonna tan your hide!
Chickens! Why those half-wit chickens? Wiley, drop that dynamite or I'll have to shoot.
Go ahead, Marshal. You couldn't hit the broadside of a barn. Ow!
Get after those bolt knobbers and stop that fire.
Red Flanders? Get back here and put on your pants!
I can't, Sadie. I ain't got no pants no more. The dang ball knobbers stole them.
Stole them? Why the city hell would they want with your pants?
They don't call me Bugs for nothing. Don't worry, they don't bite. Budge.
Don't mess up my new pants, you ornery
Pack
fool.
them bundles under the dresser.
Can't you even tie a ding-dang knot?
Hurry!
What's the matter, Bugs? You chicken?
Watch out, you dang fool! You're gonna fall! Now look at what you done! Uh-oh, I think I'm stuck! I can't reach!
Ooh, bridge ain't gonna hold. Bye-bye.
Bugs and Patches, we foiled your plot, and now we're using your dynamite to blow up the water tower and put out the fire.
Don't throw that switch! A train's coming that way!
Tower's gonna blow. Fire in the hole! Thank you, heroes. We couldn't have caught those good-for-nothing ball knobbers without you. Give yourselves a big old pat on the back. You deserve it. And it'll also put out any stray sparks. So long.
And there you have it again, guys. The one POV I'm actually able to show you in the park. Fire in a hole. Absolutely love that indoor incredible dark ride slash roller coaster. Now it is a trick. Unfortunately, like I said in past videos, if you get the very front row, which in this ride really doesn't matter, but if you're in the very front row, for some reason the onboard audio has been shocked. Apparently that's just from the years of operation of water hitting it. It would be interesting to note that, I don't know why they haven't waterproofed it, but it is still interesting to note that not to ride the front row if you want to ride Fire in a Hole and get the full experience, but nonetheless, great ride here at Silver City. Alrighty folks, I'm going to head on over to Wildfire, get a ride on there. It's not my favorite ride in the park, but it is a solid B&M nonetheless. But what about Wildfire is awesome. Is going to get some really close-up shots of the construction going on for the brand new coaster, speculated coaster. It's this coaster, you can tell by the footing. But your announcement comes in just about 10 days, which they haven't started any actual physical track work on there, but knowing Silver City, the second the announcement hits, the track work will start, and we can from there see the manufacturer if they don't announce the manufacturer with the announcement. Now the guy in the blue hat is smoking, and that cast member, I just told her that the guy is smoking, and she's gonna make him put out a cigarette. Shouldn't be smoking in a theme park unless you're in a designated smoking area. That is awful to see, but good job here on the team member. I said cast member, shame on me. Team member. Alrighty folks, now I haven't ridden on American Plunge before, but you get soaked on it, so not today. We'll skip over that for sure. Wildfire is next on the chopping block. Nice. Oh, look at that, Powder Cake's having a great day. It's still operational, knock on wood. But yeah, we're gonna hit up Wildfire and check out some construction we can see for the new coaster. Now I was talking with a local gentleman who made a very impressive argument over on the Q for Outlaw run. He's a local here, and his take on this is, and I would have to agree, it'd be really cool that this might be a tilt coaster. It kind of fits the layout in the small space they have, but it's very compact. But it does go past this mountain and tuck under down where Powder Keg is as well. You definitely see a tilt coaster happening. Would be awesome. Would be the only second in North America next to Siren's Curse. And what I think a great argument of that is this water tower they've been building, which could very easily have a tilt at the very top there, and that's where it pushes you over for such. Granted, if it tilts right down and it doesn't interfere with Wildfire, not too sure, but it's an interesting take. Although with that being built, that's new. I thought that doesn't scream tilt coaster to me. I don't know, it's very interesting. Definitely a cool theory to think. I don't know though. Either way guys, entering Dr. Horatio Harris's workshop. There's a cool animatronic, and out of all the coasters in the park, this is definitely the most beautiful view you get out of any of them. Right on the side of a mountain overlooking the Ozarks. And in order to see the animatronic, I can't use Trailblazers, so I gotta go through the regular queue, which generally speaking, this doesn't have more than a 10-minute wait. And the reason I never see the animatronic, oh yeah, it's a walk-on. And the reason I never see the animatronic is just because, well, it never has that long of a queue here. But it is tucked away in a corner, so if the queue was extended, you would definitely go past it. And here he is, the doctor himself. My door open, I never noticed that before. Interesting. He eventually does talk. But a really awesomely themed room here. Or maybe he doesn't move, and I was mistaken. Technically, by definition, there's only like 3 animatronics in the whole park, and I was counting him, but I guess not. There you go, guys. Right on Wildfire. Back row right on Wildfire. It is a solid B&M. Yeah, not my favorite B&M, but I do gotta correct myself. Earlier I called it a floorless B&M coaster, which it definitely isn't. It's just a steel looping coaster. But one heck of a time here in Wildfire. And this is what I mean about the most scenic coaster by far. Look at that view you get coming on the first drop. Ozark sitting just to the right of you. B-E-A-U-T full here at Silver Dollar City. Now, some more of the construction I definitely saw and looked like the station. For such, another building being built. It could be a tilt coaster. The actual station looks like it's the space for a 2-seater coaster. Doesn't look 4-seater at all. Definitely a 2-seater I'm going to go with. I'll make more speculations. Am I actually going to come out with what I think it's going to be a video on that a few days before the announcement. Now there's a little peephole over here. Let's see what else we can check out. Not much on this side. Not at all, no. Gravy and Navy. Got myself towards the entrance of the park. I'm gonna go check out the flooded mine right now. See, it'd be my highest score, 14,000. Hasn't been prominent. I hit that high score once, and that's been about all it's been. But we'll give it a good old college try. I'm not gonna film the ride. But I'll give you an update at the end. But if you do want a POV of the ride, there are plenty of those in my videos, so definitely check out older versions, especially my first trip back here to Silver Dollar City when I first moved to Branson. Here the Ray Johns Toll Bridge, the different rates they have. Give a wagon overload, 25 cents. But we're walking, so no charge for us. How you doing, sir? Kind of cross the bridge if that's okay with you. Just need to read like the little notes in there, where they're all from. Very cool. Alrighty, folks, gonna try my luck on the shooter dock right here, known as the Flooded Mine. Again, trying to beat 14,000. So I'm not going to take you on for a POV, but I will let you know at the end and show you my gun how I did. But I'll show you the really cool entrance queue. Alrighty, folks, here we go. Into the Flooded Mine. Oh, there's empty boats. It's so cute. Yeah, we're going right on. There's a Trailblazer for this, but I don't think I've ever used it once, just because I like the queue, and I don't think I ever waited more than like 5 minutes for this ride. So you're really not necessary. We get some AC going. That feels nice. That's not really AC, just more like a breezy fan, but I'll take it nonetheless. Alright, let's see what I can do. We'll hopefully get a front row ride. That seems to be the best pet. So sadly, I've been given a gun, and I'm hitting targets. I know I'm hitting targets. I got 100 points. There's no way I'm not hitting targets. I've been on this ride multiple times. These guns need to be calibrated better. This is awful. Yeah, there's no way I just had 100 points. There's absolutely no way. Calibration is awful. And I'm actually going to stop at guest relations and complain about this, because this is not okay for any theme park, especially Silver Dollar City. But not sure why the laziness is with this game. It could be a very quick fix. Had to put the ride down for a week, and that's all it would take.
Continue on the right side and up the stairs once your route has stopped.
So there we go, the Flooded Mine. Again, the guns were not calibrated correctly, so I'm definitely going to go to guest services later and give them my formal complaint as somebody who knows this ride in and out. Yeah, that's not acceptable in Silver Dollar City. Still a nice ride to have fun on and look at a different scenery around, but yeah, no, 100 points in the whole ride. There's no way those guns are calibrated right. piano there. It's been a wonderful time here today at Silver Dollar City. Definitely got some retribution over at Powder Keg. Great to get back on that wonderful SNS Power Launch coaster. Some grievances I had with flooded mine, but I am headed to guest services to let them know that the guns need to be calibrated. Now, whether they listen to me or not is up to them, but at least I'm doing my due diligence in the theme park. As always, guys, if it's your first time to the channel, feel free to like and subscribe down below. Until then, we'll catch you next ride.
Wake up every day, theme parks on my mind. Ride the big coasters, leave the world behind. Theme park tempo, loving every ride. Theme park tempo, feel the thrill inside. Feel tempo, stream it every night. Theme park tempo, stop me, ride the light.